Hi guys, my name is Junli Scala and in this video po, and I will be explaining to you a very important rationalization in one of the highlight topic sa ating pong Philippine Nurse Licensure Examination last November po ng 2025. Yeah, so marami po ang mga tanungan on dengue. Okay, and of course, hindi pwedeng mawala yan, no? Ang mga topics po natin lalo na sa ating NP1, sa ating public health, and then sa ating infectious diseases. Okay, so palagi po nating i-expect na all of these questions, lalo-lalo na ngayon na naka-TOS po tayo, ay lalabas po sa ating PNLE. Okay? So, let's start answering this question and shout out of course sa mga nag-take po ng ating last board examination. I know um, a lot of you would get to be reminded of all of those questions na lumabas sa ating mga tanungan sa PNLE. Okay? So, first question is, a child with suspected dengue hemorrhagic fever is admitted. Okay, which assessment finding requires the most immediate intervention? So inilatag na po sa atin kung ano yung kaso natin dito, dengue hemorrhagic fever. Okay, so dengue hemorrhagic, the more severe or the more severe type of your dengue fever. Which assessment finding requires the most immediate intervention? So tinanong tayo sa leading ating question dito is, ano nga ba or alin sa mga sumusunod ang kailangan po nating mag-respond to immediately? Okay, so basically it's just you're gonna rank all of these options here, tapos relative siya sa dengue hemorrhagic fever, and then kung ano dyan ang accuse or assessment na kailangan mong mag-respond the most, that's the correct answer. Okay, so dapat alam ng isang magte-take ng PNLE how to read between the lines sa mga cues or sa mga subjective cues, okay, sa ating pong options. Immediately, isa sa mga misleading or hindi tamang practice sa pagsagot sa mga tanungan ganito is madali po tayong ma-entice pagdating sa mga numbers, lalong-lalo na kapag hindi po natin memorize yung mga normal values. Pero minsan ibinibigay na po yung hint, okay, kung ano yung nangyayari sa number na yan. Okay? So, example sa letter A, platelet count of 120,000, okay, cubic millimeter. So, yun yung sinasabi dito sa ating pong letter A. Okay, letter B, hematocrit increased 40% to 48%. So, nag-increase. So, ibinigay dito yung hint, nag-increase. Sabi sa letter C, positive tourniquet test. And then, sabi naman sa letter D, severe abdominal pain. Okay, so isa-isahin po natin yung mga options and then sasabihin natin kung mali at bakit sila naging mali or kung tama, bakit naman sila naging tama. Okay, immediately malilito kayo dito or dito kayo may entice dahil nandiyan yung platelet count of 120,000. Alam natin na ang normal value natin ay 150,000 to 400K. Okay, however class, kapag sinabi nating 120,000, yes, that is low. However, it's not yet critical. Okay, so if you've read about the clinical practice guidelines sa ating dengue fever or dengue hemorrhagic fever, and even in your community health nursing book, okay, ni Araceli Maglaya and then ni Famor Canesan McEwen, you will see really that 120 is really low siya. That's correct dahil beyond siya or lower siya than our lower limit of 150,000, but it's not critical. Okay? So, sabi naman sa letter B, hematocrit increased from 40% to 48%. So, binigyan natin sa inyo dito yung hint. However, class, this indicates something. It indicates plasma leakage, but this is not yet life-threatening. Okay? So, tandaan natin yan. So, ibig sabihin, class, nag-increase yung ating hematocrit from 40% to 48%. Ibig sabihin, na-dehydrate na yung ating pasyente. That's why yung sinulat ko dito as an indicator is nagkakaroon ng plasma leakage, but still this is not yet life-threatening. 48% is not yet life-threatening. Okay, sabi sa letter C, positive tourniquet test. Kapatid, tandaan mo, ang reason or one of the um, most immediate that we do for us to determine whether or not may dengue po ang ating pasyente is the tourniquet test. At kapag positive po ang tourniquet test, presumptive po of your dengue hemorrhagic dengue hemorrhagic fever or probable for dengue. It's not yet a positive test for our dengue hemorrhagic fever. Now, however, kapatid, yes, this is maybe true na nagde-dengue hemorrhagic fever sa pasyente mo and this indicates fragile capillarity, but this is not yet critical. Tandaan natin yan. Okay? So, the best answer dito, kapatid, is your letter D, your severe abdominal pain. Okay, bakit ka ako severe abdominal pain? Tandaan natin, kapatid, na ang pinaka-dreadful complication or the most, kumbaga, pinaka-delikadong komplikasyon po ng ating dengue, hemorrhagic fever from the word itself. Hemorrhagic is may hemorrhage. Okay, kapag may hemorrhage sa pasyente mo, automatically you will be thinking of type of shock, which is a hypovolemic shock. Okay, so it means that all of the circulatory system ng inyong pasyente, lalo-lalo kapag pedya yan, kapatid, is you need to really be alert of impending shock or hypovolemic shock. So, one of the most common sign or one of the kailangan po natin talagang bantayan is yung or what would be the manifestation sa ating pasyente na nagsha-shock na si pasyente natin is of course your severe abdominal pain. At actually binigay na sa inyo, nandyan po yung word na severe abdominal pain. The word severe is the tick in there, kapatid. So, the best answer dito, kapatid, is letter D, severe abdominal pain. Okay? So, severe abdominal pain, kapatid, even at home, no, kapag meron, di ba sinasabi palagi na kapag sumasakit ang tiyan, that's actually dengue. Yes, not all the time, however, it's one of the warning signs of the, pero however, no, this is actually a late manifestation, no, it's a sign of an impending shock. So the best answer for this question is letter D. Okay, for more nursing tips, kapatid, follow me in Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.